Welcome, Eastern students. We are so glad to have you here. Unfortunately, we can't do our town halls in person quite yet, but we're working on ways to be able to do that going forward. We wanted to make sure that we got the most important information out to you as quickly as possible. Thank you all for being such polite, kind, wonderful young men and women as you've come to school at the beginning of the year. We know that mask wearing is not ideal, but we know that all of you are so thankful to be back at school doing all the things that we love to do. We have a lot of great plans for stuff to do with students, including pep rallies. We want to do vaudeville. We want to do senior activities, all the stuff that you've become accustomed to doing as Eastern High School students. Part of doing that, though, is ensuring that we are following safety and behavioral expectations in the building. So that's part of the reason we're having the town halls with you, so that you understand what our expectations are going forward. If at any time you need anything from your administrators, your assistant principals, your counselors, or me, please don't hesitate to reach out to any one of us. We are here to help and support you, and we will provide anything that you need to help you be successful at Eastern High School. But we are partners in this work. So by being partners, that means you also have to make sure you're doing what you need to do as a student here in the building. Thank you for your time today. I hope you enjoy seeing your administrators on film.
Hey Eagles, I'm Miss Ellis, assistant principal working with the senior class this year. Unfortunately, we can't get everybody together for class meetings, so we decided that we were going to put together this video to go over some basic rules and make sure that you know all members of our admin team and support staff in the front office. Two things that I'm going to go over today are dress code and our tardy policy. All of this can be found in our student handbook or our student hub that will be shared out through your counselor's Google Classroom page. So make sure that you check it out and make sure you review all of the expectations for Eastern High School for this school year. First thing with dress code, make sure that you are completely covered from shoulder to shoulder and all the way down to mid-thigh. We cannot show any of our stomach area, so make sure that you're in dress code before coming to school. We should all have IDs and lanyards. We expect you to wear these all day, every day, to make sure that you're easily identifiable, and we can make sure if we need to scan your ID for a reason for contact tracing, it's easily accessible. So make sure you have this on all day. One thing is about ear pods. So I know that during this past year, we've gotten used to using them a lot. When we are inside the building or in the hallways, we should not have them in. So make sure you take those out and securely put them away. Other than that, make sure that you're reviewing the student handbook for the dress code expectations. Make sure that you're not wearing t-shirts or sweatshirts of any other school or logo. And just make sure that you're coming in fully dressed and making sure that you're ready to start the school day. Now with our tardy policy, remember that Eastern High School starts at 7:36 a.m. So the expectation is that you're in first period and ready to learn at 7:36. Every period, in between each period, there's 5 minutes, so it's plenty of time to get to class. So make sure you're getting to class on time, seated and ready to start working when the tardy bell happens. We will be conducting tardy sweeps periodically, where teachers will shut the door and we will gather you and process referrals. So we don't want you to get swept for a tardy. Make sure you're in class on time and make sure you're getting to school on time. We're excited for a great year. Go Eagles!
Hi, my name's Mr. Hawes. I am one of the assistant principals and one of the assistant principals for the senior class with you today to talk about a few things as part of our student handbook. One thing I want to address is our athletics and activities policy. So if you receive discipline for an event that surrounds alcohol, drugs, assault, or weapons, you will be removed from athletic participation for 45 days for a first offense. A second offense, you'll be removed for a calendar year. Those 45 days are calendar days. You will meet with your assistant principal and the athletic director to discuss a possible reinstatement after that 45 days. So discipline issues that revolve around the alcohol, drugs, assault, and weapons charges will have you removed from athletics and all activities. So choir, band, clubs, and organizations as well. And again, after that 45 days, there is the possibility of reinstatement for those programs. And again, for a second offense, it's 1 calendar year removal. The other thing I want to discuss is student IDs. So with the onset of COVID, we implemented a student ID process where every student is given an ID, and those IDs are utilized for various purposes. Contact tracing, utilizing the barcode system in lunches, etc. You will be required to wear those student IDs at all times. I know there was a delay on getting a shipment of lanyards and the badge sleeves. Those are in. They will be distributed to all students probably by the time of this video. So again, once those are all distributed, you will be required to wear those IDs at all times within the building. And you will be required to utilize the Eastern lanyard for safety and security purposes. And that's the purpose of the ID, is for safety and security in the building. I've been at Eastern for 21 years. Very proud of this school, proud of the students that are with us. I've been a teacher, I've been a coach, I've been athletic director, assistant principal. So again, very passionate about our school. If I can help you in any way, see me in the AP office. Again, Mr. Hawes, senior class assistant principal. Have a good day.
Hi, I'm Mr. Rickard. I'm the junior assistant principal. I started my teaching career here at Eastern as a business information technology teacher and been assistant principal for about 15 years since then. Today, I'm primarily going to talk to you about lockers and parking and student drop-off and pickup. If you need a locker, lockers are voluntary this year. They are $10, and the way you get one is you go to easterneagles.org on the front page and you click on lockers and put your information in, and we will get a locker too. We'll bill you later through the My School Bucks account. Now, student parking. Every student who parks on our campus must have a parking permit in order to park on campus. If you don't, then you end up with detention and a fine, and we really don't want to get to that point. But to do this, you need to go to easterneagles.org again and click on the link that says student parking information. If that link is 2 parts. One, you buy the parking permit, and then the second step is you go back into your Google account and you upload a copy of your driver's license. So please get those, because we're going to start stopping cars on the way out in the afternoon, assigning detentions and fines. We don't want to get to that point, so please get those taken care of. Now, finally, for students getting dropped off or picked up in the carpool lane, the afternoon's getting a whole lot better, and so is the morning. But a suggestion I always make to everyone is, if your parents don't want to wait in the line, maybe pick you up at 2:30 or 2:25 or 2:35. That way, most of our student drivers are out of the parking lot, and your parent can cruise in and cruise right back out, and not nearly the long wait that they have. So hopefully your school year is going well. And if not, ask an adult in the building so we can help you out. Thanks again.
Hi, I'm Dr. Carla Kent. I'm the assistant principal for the 9th grade class of 2025. And a little bit about myself. I have been at Eastern, and this will be my 3rd year. Prior to that, I've taught high school and I taught middle school and at the college level. So I'm going to first start talking about cell phone etiquette and expectations. We know you are addicted to your phones right now, right? But cell phones can be a distraction if it's used for other than learning purposes. So in the classroom, the teacher has the discretion for which you will use your cell phone. So that means if a teacher decides in their classroom that they do not want you to use your cell phone, then you are instructed to put it away. But the only reason you can use your cell phone in a classroom is for learning purposes only, okay? So make sure you work really hard not to use your cell phone in class. Sometimes I know young people can be addicted to their cell phones. Secondly, I want to talk about the morning and afternoon procedures. If you come before 7:05, you will go to the cafeteria, okay? If your parents drop you off, they need to drop you off at the lower lot. The other side of the building is for bus parking only, okay? So make sure, and we apologize if you've been on a bus that's been late. We're working with the bus compound to try to speed that up and make it a better transition to school in the morning. But make sure if your parents drop you off, they drop you off or they pick you up at the lower lot, okay? All right, well, one more thing I forgot. During lunch, make sure that you eat lunch in your lunch location. So for instance, in the gym, if you pack your lunch, you can go in the gym, and then there's a multi-purpose room and also the main cafeteria. Make sure you throw all your trash away and make sure you clean up after yourself and then report directly to your class. All right, and make sure social distancing, don't forget. All right, have a good afternoon, Eagles.
Hello, I'm Mr. Graham, the Youth Services Coordinator at Eastern High School. My job is to make sure you have the supports and resources you need to be the best student you can be. This happens by removing the barriers to your success. One barrier comes in the form of conflicts you may have with other students. When this happens, please see me, or beginning in September, use our peer mediation program. If you're a senior and interested in becoming a mediator, please meet with me or Mr. Brown, your counselor. I look forward to meeting you. Have a great day.
Hi everyone, I'm Ms. Zuber and I'm the mental health counselor here at Eastern. I just wanted to let you all know that I'm available to talk and check in with you. If you're feeling sad, anxious, or just having a bad day, I'm here. To get a hold of me, you can ask your teacher and they can send a referral to me, or you are also welcome to email me directly. And if you just type in my last name, Zuber, my email should pop up. But I'm here for you. Thank you all.
Hi, my name is Mr. Brown. I'm the senior counselor here at Eastern, and I'm just really excited to be your senior counselor this year. And I've been at Eastern for 17 years, and so I've been a counselor for the past 5 years. And so, senior year is just one of the most exciting times for you guys. And, and my job is to help you get ready for life after Eastern. And so when we think about, college applications and getting that being post-secondary ready, what does that really look like? So, have we applied to college? Have we thought about, what our next steps are and have some concrete action steps and action items to meet those goals and reach your dreams? And so I'm just happy to be here and happy to help you guys achieve those dreams and get you to where you need to be. And as we march towards graduation in May of next year, class of 2022, Mr. Brown, and I'm out.
Hi guys, my name is Heidi Weber and I am the junior counselor. I am so happy to continue this journey with you this year. I know that I met some of you through NTI last year. I didn't meet all of you, but I am so looking forward to meeting all of you and seeing all of you this year. So that's really exciting. So many great things are happening to us as a junior, and I want to highlight just a few of those things. So first, this year we're going to be taking the ACT. So our focus is going to be on that in many of your classes and making sure that you are as prepared for that as you possibly can be. Next, you can apply for Governor Scholars or Governor School for the Arts or Governor School for Entrepreneurship. So all of these three programs are super wonderful programs for juniors to get involved in, and I will be able to guide you through that process. So as juniors, GSP is probably really close to my heart, and it's a process that you will need to go through and start early. So we'll be getting that started very soon. So be looking for ways that you can find out and you won't miss a beat on all of that stuff. So another thing that you're doing is you're driving to school. And with that comes new freedoms and responsibilities, like maybe holding down a job. So all of that is kind of new and exciting. And then on the school social side of things, we have junior ring ceremony coming up, and we also have junior prom. So lots of great things will be happening with us this year as juniors. Another thing to look forward to, and maybe this doesn't affect all of you, but it does affect some of you. Maybe you are wanting to step up and have a leadership position with your class. So the officers will be being elected. That election will be happening here within the next week or two. So if you're interested in being a leader for your class, please consider looking for that information when that rolls out on the Google Classroom. There are two important pieces of information that I must share with you this year as juniors. And as you're beginning to focus on your future and all the goals of happening, what is going to happen after high school, there is something that we need to make sure that is in place, and that's the military recruiter opt-out form. So it is in your JCPS Student Support and Behavior Intervention Handbook on page 4. So I encourage you to look for that and make sure that you fill that out. Now, I will go ahead and put that on the Google Classroom so that you have just that PDF that you can fill out and submit. And this opt-out form is in effect for your entire high school career, so it's important to remember that. It can be revoked at any time, so all you have to do is tell us, or it's probably better to do that through writing, either to the school or to JCPS in general. The opt-out form must be signed and must be signed by you and or your parent. So that's a particularly important part of that. The opt-out form must be turned into the school office 1 month after you've been enrolled. So now. So that's why this is just absolutely the best thing to be talking about when we do our class meetings. So JCPS policy is to release that information to the recruiters for juniors and seniors 1 month after school starts. So that's why it's really important. If you don't want that to be released to the military recruiters, then you need to make sure that you turn in that opt-out form. Okay? So make sure you do that as soon as possible. Now, let's take another minute and talk about another very important thing, and that's no pass, no drive. So some of you have gotten very used to being free and driving back and forth to school, to practice, to work, to all that fun stuff that you do as high school students. So in order to maintain your driver's license, you need to make sure that you are passing 5 out of your 7 classes. So please, please, please make sure that, again, that you are passing 5 out of your 7 classes in order to maintain your license. So just to wrap up my time with you, I just want to make sure that you do know that I'm here for you and I am working very hard on your behalf every day. I know that you don't necessarily see all the stuff that I do behind the scenes, but we are out and about the school building much more than we have been before, and I am happy to be able to see you and to be with you. So we do have lots of schedule changes that you want to have done, and so I'm working hard to go through those. But I do much more than just schedule changes. So if you just need to sit down and talk about life, if you just need to talk about what you want to do in your future, or maybe about somebody that's bugging the poop out of you in class, we can totally take care of that. So the bottom line, guys, I'm here for you, and that's what I want you to know. So I look forward to working with you this year, and Mr. Rickard is our AP, and I'm sure you'll be hearing from him if you haven't already. So you guys take care, and let's stay strong, class of 2023. So bye-bye.
Hey guys, my name is Jason Willis, or Mr. Willis. I'm the 10th grade counselor this year. I just want to talk to you about a few things going into your 10th grade year. It's a very important year. I call it the foundation year. So this year you're going to be becoming much more self-sufficient in making sure that you're doing the things you need to be doing. The most important thing you need to do is check your email, okay? Your JCPS email, you need to check that daily, if not every other day, because that's how I will communicate with you. Teachers will communicate with you. You'll get announcements for your Google Classrooms. So check your email is very important. Second of all, check your Google Classrooms. Teachers will be posting assignments, messaging, giving announcements for their class. I will also be posting announcements to my Google Classroom. It's called the Class of 2024 Google Classroom. That's that ACT period. It's not an actual class. It's just that's how I communicate with you through your Google Classroom. Okay. A couple other things in our Google Classroom, the Class of 2024 Google Classroom. There are instructions on how to set up your Parchment account. Parchment is how you get your transcripts. It is very important that you know how to get your transcripts so you can see the classes that you have taken and also prepare for the classes you need. So again, you need to be responsible for the classes that you need to take during your high school tenure to make sure you get that diploma. Now, I'll be making sure that you do take those classes, but you want to be self-sufficient. So set up your Parchment account, send yourself transcripts. Another thing you need to do is set up your Keys account through the Kia website. Keys money is how you earn money by being in school with your GPA and test scores. So set up that Keys account. You need to know your social security number. Okay, so those are a few things that you need to do as a sophomore. I look forward to a great year. If you ever need anything, please let me know. Thanks.
Hi guys, it's Miss Fitch, the 9th grade counselor, and I'm here to share some tips for getting and staying organized. First things first, establish a routine. Write out a daily schedule and stick to it. Consistency is key to staying on task and helps to focus your time. Create a place free from distraction at home for completing homework and studying. Write down everything from essay topics, due dates, to notes. That way, when you forget, you can go back and see what that topic of that essay was. Take class notes. You did not do a great job with this during NTI, right? Research says that we remember more things by writing than typing. Even doodling helps the brain to remain active. It reduces stress and improves productivity. Pro tip, take organized notes using the Cornell method. Your social studies teachers can tell you all about that. Don't multitask. Complete one task before you move on to the next. And please put the phone on the other side of your room. Use organizational tools. Highlight vocab words and notes. Use a planner or a daily to-do list. And maybe even a homework app to remind you of due dates. Create folders in your drive for each class and do the same for notes and paper assignments. Set goals and rules for yourself. Set your own deadline 1 to 2 days before the teacher's deadline. That way you don't turn anything in late. Another rule might be no video games until all your homework is complete. And lastly, break down large assignments into smaller tasks and start all projects or essays as soon as assigned to allow for time to ask your teacher any clarifying questions. Thanks for listening.